Hi everyone. So one sec before I even start, let me just share this link. Okay, so back. Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to another live. And today is going to be our weekly accountability meeting. To be honest, this was supposed to be done last week. Yeah. All I can just do is literally that is all I can do because the past few days has been nothing short of I don't know how to explain what I've been going through. But yeah, I'm just glad I'm here, finally ready to do this. And as usual, I'm going to wait for about 3 minutes for more people to join before I end up like starting and all of that. Oh, Pelumi, hello. Oh, thank you for joining. Oh, thank you so much. How are you? Let me even ask. I don't know what is wrong with this, my tripod. You better don't. I don't even have time to change it. But let me just quickly ask. How was your day? Really good. Not so good. Then put a crying face. Then let me put a smiley here and say. So I'm going to start the poll now. You guys, let me know. I'm okay. How did I? Oh, my day was really good. Was very productive. Really, really productive. Like I was like, ooh, ooh, really? Really? I'm having a good day like this? I cannot believe it. But yeah, it was really good. I did my live session today. I told myself that I was going to do my live session and I actually did it today and I was very glad because the chances that I was going to faff around today was really, really high. But I proved myself wrong. I did it and I was like, yeah, we did it. But yeah, that's it. That was how my day was. How was your day? How's your day? If you guys are here, just let me know. How was your day? Hi, hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi. So for today, I'll be doing a mixture of, okay, I think we're almost at 3 minutes. Oh, Michael says my day was really good. I joined you. Hi, hello, hello. Anyways, so back to what I was saying. For today's live session is going to be a mixture of the weekly accountability meeting slash what's the word? Weekly accountability meeting slash chit chats of how my day was, and basically just like a breakdown of everything I did today. Now, we're going to start with the weekly accountability meeting. You guys know how I always start this. I always start with talking about the 12-week year, what the 12-week year is all about. I'm just bringing out my notes, what the 12-week year is all about, and, the goals that I have for myself this year and how I plan to achieve all those things. So, yeah, I'm just going to, go briefly into the 12-week year. By the way, do you guys, do you know what? I'm going to. No, I don't want to say something I'm going to do, then not do it because I don't think I'm going to have time. But I wanted to talk to you guys about the book I read, the business book I read, which was 0 to 1. 0 to 1. You guys, that book is amazing. Like, when I say a book is amazing, yeah, the book is amazing. My day was really good. Okay, you're pretty. Oh, thank you. It's my count's birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Mike. Guys, let's make this small content creator popular. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I was talking about the book I read for January. So I think I was talking about it earlier this afternoon when I was doing my live reading session. That for January, I told myself that I wanted to read a business book, and I actually completed it. Funny enough, on the 31st of January, as at the 31st of January, I had about 80 pages left. And I was like, no, I cannot enter February and I'll not be done with this book. I was like, no, I have to read it. So the 1st of January, like this, I woke up and the first thing I did was that I started reading. Like I literally read the entire, well, I read like, it was like, I think I was about 70% done with it as at the first. So just like 30% to go. But yeah, I really did it. And I was very happy because in my head, I was just telling myself that, oh, I'm not going to be able to finish reading this book. I'm not going to finish reading it. And I was really, really scared that I was not going to actually do what I said I wanted to do, which is complete that book for the for January. But yeah, your girl did it, and I was so excited when I finished reading. I was like, "Oh, thank you, Jesus! I made it! I made it!" But yeah, that's how that one is going. So for the month of January, I read 3 books. I read Akota, that is A Court of Thorns and Roses. I read Akuma, A Court of Mist and Fury. That's 2 fiction books. And the non-fiction book I read was 0 to 1. So what I told myself, or rather what I'm doing, is that I want to be reading about 3 books every month. I think 3 books is possible. Take notes, this was how big Akuma was. Yeah, Akuma was this big. So I read something like this, then I read maybe something like this remaining parts. So again, I've started with this one. So I'm guessing I should be able to read about 2 books, or rather 2 of this series. I might get to the third one because or rather the fourth one, because the fourth book of the series is not so big. So I might actually get to the 5th book, but I'm not making any promises. I've just told myself that at least 2 non-fiction, or rather at least 2 fiction, then 1 non-fiction. Now, for the non-fiction, for this first quarter, I'm totally focusing on productivity books as opposed to not productivity. What am I saying? I'm focusing on business books as opposed to, let's say, productivity or self-help books. I mean, I'm reading a finance book like on the side, but not like proper reading and all of that. Yeah, maybe finance will come in at the next quarter, but I'm majorly focusing on business books this quarter because I really want to start a business. And I think I'm holding myself back because in my head I'm like, you've not read a lot of books to start a business. But then I'm telling myself, just go into it, like just start. But yeah, we'll talk about the whole business, whatever, at a later time. But back to the productivity book I read last year, which is the 12-week year, and because of the 12-week year, that's what we're doing all these things. If you guys have not watched the video I made on setting goals and creating your vision board, you should watch those videos because they're really helpful and they'll give you like insights as to the reason why we are doing what we are doing currently. Now, for the 12-week year, there's a process. The 12-week year tells you to think of your year in 12 weeks rather than think of it as 12 months. Think of it as 12 weeks. So basically, when you're setting your goals and all these things, you're going to be setting it with the expectation that in 12 weeks you're going to complete these goals. Now, it makes you think of, in this process, 12 weeks is like 12 months, a week is like a month is like a day, then you go in like that. Now, with the 12-week year, what it helps you to achieve is that it helps with the fact that you're creating goals that you want to achieve as fast as possible, and it creates this sense of urgency. I always say that, if imagine you have a goal that you want to, let's say, lose weight, for example, let's say in 2025. If by middle of the month, or rather middle of the year, you've not done anything or you've not lost so much weight, in your head, you're still going to be telling yourself, oh, I have time. I still have time. I still have about 6 months to achieve this goal. So there's time. Do you understand? And that's how you just keep on going through life month after month, and you don't have any progress. But if it's maybe quarterly stuff and you are actively going through your goals, like let's say every week, for instance, you're going through your goals, looking at what you've achieved, looking at what you've not achieved, thinking of how you can achieve all these things, the chances that you're going to achieve those goals are really high. That's why people always talk about vision boards. Not necessarily because if you make a vision board, immediately you're going to achieve what you want to achieve. No, that's not how it works. The whole point of vision board is to visualize what you want for your life. So you also have to put that vision board in a place whereby you always be looking at it, or you have access to see it every time. Now, the whole point is that the more you look at it, the more you're going to want to achieve what it is you're going to achieve. And with that, it's like you're always seeing it, this thing you want for your life, or these different things you want for your life, they're in the forefront of your imagination, in front of your eyes, like you're always seeing it. So you actually want to work towards it. It's just the same way with the goals rather, that you're going to create for the 12-week year. every week you're supposed to go back to these goals and you're supposed to look through them and use those goals to plan your week. I remember very well the first week that I started the 12-week year. I did not use my goals to plan my week. And what happened was that at the end of the week, when it was time for me to do my weekly accountability score, I was like, wait, what? Why am I scoring for? Why am I scoring for? Because I think the first score I had was about 40, is that like 44% or 54%? And I was asking myself, how come I got this mark? Like in my head, I'm like, I have done everything I needed to do. I followed the whole process. I did literally everything I was meant to do. How come I am just getting 44%? That's over 100. And I was like, no, this doesn't make sense. Then I found out that I made a very big mistake. And the mistake was that I created my weekly plan without using my goals. So what that meant was that some of the goals I had written down that I wanted to do, I totally forgot. That's why it's very important to write your goals. I know people always say that, oh, I have my goals, I have them in my head, I don't need to write them down. You need to write them down. One, because you're most likely going to forget. Two, you're not a robot. And three, you need something to look back to and say, oh yeah, I remember when I wrote this down. Now I can take it off my list that yeah, this stuff that I said I wanted to do, this thing that I said I wanted to achieve, I have actually achieved it. Do you understand? So now we'll go over to the different things you need to do while you're setting your goals and the different things you need to do to achieve these goals you have. I always, whenever I'm talking about 12-week year, I always talk about the 3 time blocks. The first one being the strategic block, the second being the buffer block, and the last being the breakout block. Now, for the strategic block, you need to set out a specific time. This is the time where you set out a specific time, maybe in a day or a week, whereby you do something that is really, really important. So these are the important tasks that you need to actually achieve a goal of yours. So for instance, let's say I'm going to use some of my goals as examples so that they are very relatable and they're very easy to understand. Let's say the first goal I have for myself is to, let's say, monetize my YouTube. What are the different things I can use to monetize my YouTube? I can come live on YouTube, I can record videos, I can edit videos, maybe take editing courses and all of that. So these are the times whereby I'm going to do these things and I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to be distracted. So maybe when I'm going live, I should always like said that, oh, this particular time that I'm supposed to go live, I'm not going to get distracted, nothing's going to distract me. I do what I want to do. Now there's another time block, and this is called the buffer block. So buffer blocks are the time or the block of time whereby you do things that are not important. So an example of a non-important task for me in my life currently might be, let's say, replying to emails, or let's say I don't know, I'm just thinking of different things, maybe like let's say replying to emails, for instance. So at least 30 minutes in a day you should use to do like unimportant things. Now the last time block we have is the breakout block, and breakout block is like a free time. Now in as much as you're working hard, you're doing all the things you need to do to achieve your goals, you're being focused, you're being consistent, you also need to take out time to enjoy yourself. Because if you're always working and you do not have time to rest, what will happen is that you will get what's the word, you get tired, you get what's the word, there's this other word I'm trying to remember, you'll get burnt out. Yes, you're going to get burnt out easily and all of that. So in as much as you're having your strategic block, you're having your buffer block, you also need the breakout block whereby you have free time to do whatever it is you want to do. And during that free time, you're not thinking of anything work related, you're not thinking of anything that has to do with your goals. You're just using it to rest. You're resting your brain, you're resting your mind, so that when you're going back to the things you have to do, you're well rested and you're energized to like do what you have to do. Now, whenever you say you're going to do stuff, it's really important that you keep to it. And if you commit to something that you say, oh, you're going to do this thing, it's really important to commit. It's really important to keep to your commitments. Now, there are 4 things or 4 keys to make sure that you're going to have a successful commitment. The first thing is you need to have a strong desire. The second thing is you need to count the cost of what it is you say you're going to do and you keep to it. The next one is you need some specific actions that you need to do. And lastly, you need to act on your commitments and not your feelings. And in some way, this is kind of easy to say, but not really necessarily easy to do. I mean, we all know that, oh, we need to work, we need to act on the things we need to do. There are times, see you guys, there are times that I don't feel like coming live on YouTube to do anything. Like, in January, I can say in January, I went live on YouTube every day for about um 30 days. 30, I think 31st. If I should think about it, I think because I didn't go live on Friday, and Friday was 31st of January. Yes, so 31st of January was the only day I did not go live, if I'm not mistaken. 31st of, I think, no, I didn't go live twice in January. There was, I think, last week Saturday, because I was not at home, then on the 31st. So in January, I went live every day for 29 days, every day. And in those 29 days, it's not every day that I actually felt like going live. There were some days whereby I did not feel like I honestly did not want to do it. But in my head, I'm like, I've committed to this. I've said I was going to like do this. It makes no sense for me to then back out now. Like, I'm not going to be keeping to my words. And again, it's not like I didn't want to go live because I was not feeling good or I was sick or anything. It was just because I was tired. Like, I didn't feel like doing it. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. But then again, I think about it. I need to act on what I said I'm going to do and not necessarily how I feel. And what I always like felt afterwards, after going live, is that when I start the live session and I'm complaining that I don't feel like doing this, I'm just doing it because I said I wanted to do it. And I'm like, I'm just going to stay here for like 10 minutes and then I'll be done. And 10 minutes is over and I'm like, I'm still talking. And I'm realizing that, oh, okay, 10 minutes is gone and I'm 15 minutes into it, next I'm 20 minutes into it. And in my head, I'm thinking, but 20, 30 minutes ago, you didn't feel like coming here to talk. But now look at how you're just talking. And in my head, I'm not telling myself that, you know what? You could have just given an excuse and not come here to do what it is you say you've done. But now that you've shown up, can you see how good you feel about it? And another thing again is that with going live, with all the things I did in January, I can see the results that are showing the results are showing with what I'm doing for myself and my YouTube and all of that. Do you understand? Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about is when you have to set your goals or you have to set your vision and all of that. There are 3 different aspects you need to look at when you're setting your goals. Do you understand? So and now I'm talking about if you're setting goals for 2025. I know that some people, some people, you guys have not set goals. Not everybody has set goals for themselves for 2025. And I personally don't think that it's too late. I don't think that 1st of January is the only time you're supposed to set your goals. You can set your goals whenever you want to set your goals. So if you're someone that has not set your goals and you're very discouraged about setting your goals, I'm here to tell you that it's not too late. Set that goal and start working towards it. Now, when you're setting your goals, there are 3 things I want you, or rather 3 different aspects I want you to think of. The first is your long-term aspirations. The second is your midterm goals. Now, for long-term aspirations, it can be like let's say 10 years. Now, for your midterm goals, it can be like maybe between 3 to 5 years, depending on you and what you want. Then the last thing is your 12-year goal, or rather your 12-week goals, not 12-year goals. The last is your 12-week goals. Now, what you're going to do is that with your aspirational goals, now with the goal, and for aspirational goals, like I said, it's like 10 years, 10 to 15 years each, whatever it is you want for your life. When you get your aspirational goals, use your aspirational goals to set your 3-year or 5-year goals. That's your midterm goals. Now, after doing that, use your 3 to 5-year goals, that's your midterm goals, to set your 12-week goal. Now, what you've done is that you're breaking something that is very big and something that is very complex into smaller units so that you can achieve whatever it is you want to achieve in the future. Now, what I'm going to say is when you're also creating these goals for yourself, let's say you're following the 12-week year, you're creating these goals for yourself, make sure that every week you have meetings. So they call it weekly accountability meetings. Now, for weekly accountability meetings, you're supposed to have them with like a friend or maybe like a group of 5 people. Make sure that if you're setting these goals and you're having weekly accountability meetings, you're very honest and you're open about everything you've done. So when I was thinking of doing this whole weekly accountability meeting and when I was thinking of setting my goals and all of that, I was actually thinking of talking with some of my friends. We'll all come together, have a weekly meeting, and do all these things we're supposed to do. But then I thought about it that I already set my goals like live, and it made sense for me to just go ahead to continue my weekly accountability meeting. And I was not sure if my friends were going to be comfortable with me putting out their goals online. So I was like, I'm just going to do it on my own. So that's why I've just said that every Saturday evening, I'm going to be, doing my weekly accountability meeting. I'm talking to you guys about the goals and telling you guys how I'm progressing and if I've achieved any goal and all of that. So yeah, that's what we're doing. But now we're doing this on a Monday, which is very weird for me, to be honest. Like, it feels really weird to be doing this on a Monday because I normally do this every Saturday. But last week Saturday I wasn't home, so there was no way for me to do it, and I could not do it in like where I went to. But yeah, at the end of the day, the whole point is that I'm back and I'm still doing it. But yeah, like I said, when you're also then creating your weekly account, or rather when you're doing your weekly accountability meeting, there are several things that you're supposed to be thinking of or rather talking about in your weekly accountability meeting. Now, in your weekly accountability meeting, you're supposed to be talking about your week and how it went. That's the whole goals that you did, or rather the things you said you're going to achieve this week. You're supposed to talk about it. You're also then supposed to score yourself. So there's something called an execution score. We'll get to that. You're supposed to score yourself. And lastly, you're supposed to then plan for the new week. Lastly, you're supposed to then plan for the new week. Now, when you're setting your when you're setting your 12-week goals, I'll give you examples of how you're supposed to set them and things you're supposed to write down. So now, for example, with mine, I have some goals that I'm going to read out for you guys. The first one I have here is improve my relationship with God. The second I have here is read a self-help book or a business book. Then another one I have here is lose 5 kg. The next one I have here is get monetized on YouTube. And that one I have here is drive in the UK. Now, when you get all these different goals that you have, the next thing you're going to do is break them down into tactics. Now, what are tactics? Tactics are the different actions you're going to take to achieve the goal that you've written down. Tactics are the different actions that you're going to take to achieve the goal that you've written down. Now, for the first one, I have improve my relationship with God. One tactic I have here is read my Bible every day. Another one is praise and worship. Another one is start a devotional and read every day. Now, for these different tactics you have, you're also supposed to have deadlines for them. Let me give you a tactics that I have a deadline for. So there's this tactic I have, drive in the UK. Or rather, there's this goal I have, drive in the UK. The tactics are read for my theory test, do my theory test. Now, for read for my theory test, the deadline for this for me is every week. So at least every week, I should read for my theory test. Now, do my theory test. The deadline for this is week 12. Oh God, I don't have water here. Now, for read for my theory test, the deadline I have here is week 12. So at the end of week 12, I should have done my theory test. Do you understand? So what does this mean? This means that when I'm doing my execution score, or when I'm writing all the goals for the week, do my theory test is not going to be part of the things I'm supposed to write down. But read for my theory test is meant to be part of things I'm supposed to write down every week, because there's a deadline for this, and this is every week. Another example is when I said I was going to read at least one business book / self-help book. The tactics were: 1, decide on a book to read, and 2, read one chapter each day. Now, for the decide on a book to read, the deadline for that was week 1. Then you read one chapter at least every day. The deadline for that was every week. So what it meant was that at week 1, I had a tactic that said decide on a book to read. But on week 2, I could not have that because the deadline for deciding on a book to read was week 1. Do you understand? So for week 2, the different things that were supposed to be on the weekly goals were read at least one chapter every day. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? So when you're setting your goals, I need water. You guys, 1 sec. Okay, that's better. So that's what I was saying. So basically, what I was trying to say was that, so for every, I can't remember what I was saying. I think I've lost my train of thought. But the whole point is that for every tactic, there is a deadline that you're supposed to put for every tactic. So yeah, now that I've talked about this, the next thing you're supposed to also do is, while you're having these goals that you want for yourself, the truth is that you're not always going to be optimal. You're not always going to be 100% to achieve these goals. Now, there are things that you're supposed to do that can help you to actually get over. Oh, hi, Ezra. There are things that you're supposed to do to actually help you get over whatever it is you're going to, or rather wherever it is you're going to struggle. Now, you've written all your goals, you've written your aspiration, you've written your midterm goals. The next thing you need to write is the actions you think you're going to struggle with. Now, I found out that the moment I was able to write things that I felt I was going to struggle with, I kind of had like a holistic view and a better approach and a better view on some of my goals. Now, one thing that in the beginning I felt I was going to struggle with was going live on YouTube. And I felt that because I was going to struggle with that because, one, I was not used to it. I was actually quite shy, especially coming on YouTube live, talking. Again, the fact that I was going to be talking to myself and just seeing comments, like I was not used to all those things at all. So in my head, I was like, I'm really, really going to struggle with this. So I wrote it down. And that thing I felt I was going to struggle with, again, from past experiences, was reading my Bible or doing a devotional. And that's because my time management skills in the morning was not really optimal, or yeah, let's say my time management skills in the morning wasn't really optimal. So the chances that I was going to forget to read my Bible or do my devotional was really, really high. The next thing I felt I was going to struggle with was reducing my sugar intake. And the last thing I felt I was going to struggle with was going on a walk or going on a run. Now that you've thought about all these things that you know that you're going to struggle with, because then again, you're the only one that know yourself. You're only one that know that these are the different things you're going to struggle with. So you need to be honest. Like I said this in the beginning, you need to be honest with yourself, because the only way you can actually help yourself, or commit and make progress with your goals, is if you're 100% honest with yourself. Now, I was being honest with myself when I wrote all the actions that I knew I was going to struggle with. Now that you've written all the actions you know you're going to struggle with, the next thing you have to do is write how you're going to overcome these struggles. So basically, you've written a problem down, you need to think of a solution. Now, one solution that I wrote for myself that was going to help me with overcoming my struggles was, this one now is for going live, was scheduling the time for going live and keeping people in the loop to help me be consistent. Something happened, I think, yesterday. So a friend of mine, well, I was talking to her and she just messaged me that, wait, Chidima, wait, when last did you go live? And I was like, I was not around yesterday, and now I just go back today, and I cannot do the live because I have a call that I cannot miss. And she was like, you can still do it. In my head, I'm like, see, bro, I've actually thought about all the timing, and I realized that this thing cannot actually work. But it felt good that there was someone that was talking to me and telling me that, oh, you are supposed to do this. This is what you say you're going to do. This is what you say you're going to do. And yesterday, Friday, I did not go live. Was it Friday? I think Friday I did not go live. Saturday I didn't go live. Sunday I didn't go live. And to be honest, I kind of felt bad because in my head I'm like, you're supposed to do all these things. But then again, I was like, these are things that are out of my control. Like, I am out. There's no way for me to do it. But it felt like, in as much as I was feeling bad that I could not do this thing, I also felt good in the sense that at least there's that feeling of, you've told yourself that you're going to do this, that you've told people that, oh yeah, you've told yourself you're going to do this. Like, you really want to keep to your word, but this is out of your control. So it was like a good slash bad feeling that I had. But I mean, at the end of the day, I still came on here to do what I said I was going to do. But yeah, the fact that a friend of mine was willing to talk to me and tell me, oh, you're supposed to do this, you can do it, you still have to do it. And I was like, oh my God, only if I could tell you all the things I needed to do, then you know that this is out of my control, that I cannot do it. But it felt good that there was someone to, help me. And this was something I did initially in the beginning, when I started going live, like in the beginning of the year. Whenever I needed to go live and all that, all I needed to do was just tell my sister, tell my friends, and they'll be like, oh, it's time. you're not here, it's time, you need to go live, you need to go live. So it was really, really good. So that was one way that I was able to, overcome everything it is that I was going through, and the struggle I was going through of not coming live. Now the next thing was reading my Bible or my devotional, and one way I was able to overcome that was, fixing my time management skills or time management setting in the morning. So rather than start my day, let's say by 8 o'clock, if I rather than start my day rather by 9 o'clock, I'll most likely start my day by 8:30. What that will help me do is that by 8:30, I have enough time to read my Bible, do my devotional, do anything I want to do before my 9 o'clock, my first meeting. And I found out that that has actually helped me. So throughout the month of January, yeah, for at least, I don't think there was a weekday that I actually missed reading my Bible or my devotional. I think for me, the next thing that I want to conquer is making sure that I read my Bible on the weekends too. Because for me, like weekends, because weekends, yeah, I'm not coming to my table. My Bible is on my work table, yeah, and I'm not coming to my office. It's just like it just passes my head that I don't read my Bible. But weekdays, at least I was able to consistently do that every day throughout the month of January. So that's a good thing for me. Now, another thing that I knew that I was going to struggle with, like I said, was reducing my sugar intake. So rather than buy snacks, what I did was that, hi, Chinaza, hello. So we are doing our weekly accountability meeting. I knew you have been following through, but I don't know if you've gotten to the stage of doing your weekly accountability meeting and scoring yourself, like doing your execution score. But if you have, that's what we're currently doing today. So, like I said, with the sugar intake, I knew that I was going to struggle. So, one thing I knew that I was going to do was that I was going to not buy cookies, sweets, all those things. And whenever I'm craving it, I'm going to be having them on specific days. So, rather than buy and keep in the house, I would not buy. On the days that I know that I want, I'm just going to go and get it, finish it on that day, then I'm done, not going back for it again. So that's how I've been able to reduce my sugar intake. And so far, it's been working really, really well. And I'm very excited. You guys, my eyes, I don't know, I feel sleepy. God, I feel really sleepy. I'm very tired. I don't know why. Let me just stop talking for a while because I still have a lot of things to say, but my eye is paining me, my throat is paining me, I'm tired, like, and the week is just beginning, the week is just starting, and I'm tired already. But yeah, we're going to soldier on. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the actions that I actually struggle with. So, you guys remember that I said that when I wrote my goals, I decided to write the actions that I thought I was going to struggle with and how I would overcome them. But now going through this, I realized that some of the things I thought I was going to struggle with, I did not struggle. I honestly did not struggle. And the things that I actually struggle with, I thought I was going to actually do well. So one was reading my business book. You guys, if you know me, you will know that I love reading self-help books. I love reading business books, like finance books, anything that's giving me knowledge like this. I love taking it in. I love, dissecting it. But throughout the month of January, I struggled. I really, really struggled. And not because of lack of trying or not because of the book was boring or anything. It wasn't. I just wasn't. I wasn't taking out time to read those books, or rather that book that I had. And in my head, I was thinking, why am I doing this? Or why is this happening to me? Why do I, like week on week, why do I feel to actually read this book every day? Then again, I found out the reason why, like my time management skills was not really optimal. So let me put it this way. In my head, I'm like, okay, do I read the fiction book? Because the way I'm doing it here, I'm working. Then in the middle of work, when it's time for me to take my break, I'm reading my fiction book. Then the next thing I want to, so what, let me start again. I'm working, and the way I always plan it is that I read my business book before I read my fiction book, then go back to working again. Then I found out that because I'm working, I've used a lot of brain power. When I'm reading my business book, I'm using a lot of brain power because for me, I have to read, I have to reread, I have to understand, I'm highlighting. So in my head, I'm tired already. So what I just do is that once I'm done with work like this, I'll just go and carry my fiction book and read, because for me my fiction book is kind of like watching movies. Do you understand? So it's like a relaxing kind of thing for me. Like I'm not really doing too much. I'm laughing, I'm happy. But with the business book, I'm not, that's not how it is for me. Like I have to be in work mode, I have to be in focus mode. So it was really, really hard for me to, read the book like every day. And this was me, I found out about this while I was already in the process. Do you understand? So if you had told me from beginning of like every like this whole topic that one thing I was going to struggle with was reading my business book, I'm like, no, that's not possible. But while I was in it, I found out that yeah, I'm actually really struggling with this. And that thing I also knew that I struggled with was reading. I mean, I love reading, but if I wasn't coming live to read every day, the chances that I'll even be reading in the first place is really low. I don't know why, but it was just going to be very low. And again, maybe I have to, what's the word? Maybe I have to build the whole what's the word? What's this stuff that is when you do it every day for 3 weeks, you're going to get it? I can't remember, but maybe I have to build the character of reading every day before I will get used to it. But I just found out that I had to come live to actually read, and that made me very consistent with like reading my fiction book because I was coming live to read and all of that. But yeah, that was one thing I actually struggled with. Another one was going to the gym. I struggled with going to the gym. Oh my goodness. Well, to be fair, this month, or rather last month, I also fell ill like a lot of times. So maybe that was also part of reasons why I really struggled, but it was just so crazy. Like the struggle was real. And I was like, what is going on? I checked my app, I think last week, the last time I went to the gym, I checked my app and it says that I went to the gym I think 11 times in the month of January. And I was like, what? I didn't even get halfway. I didn't even get halfway through to January. I did not, just 11 times in 31 days. Well, for February, I plan on changing that. I mean, I did not go to the gym today because there was miscommunication in something, but just best believe that this week I'm going to try and go to the gym at least 5 times this week. But we're going to see. The next thing that I actually struggle with, that I did not know I was going to struggle with, was recording videos. Now with recording videos, I'm going live every day. In my head, I'm like, now that I'm going live, when do I have time to record the videos? Like I'm always just making excuses in my head, and I have to mentally force myself to make videos. And this was not how I was pre going live on YouTube. Pre going live on YouTube, I was always excited to shoot videos, excited to record, excited to do vlogs and all of that. But all of a sudden, nope, I'm not even having it. I'm not giving it my all or anything. And I'm just like, if someone had told me that I was going to struggle with this, I'd be like, no, you're capping. But yeah, these are things I'm struggling with now. Now, what it means is that I have to also think of new ways to overcome these struggles. So, one thing I'm just trying to highlight is as you go in the process week on week, you're going to find out ways you're going to struggle. And one thing you need to do is think of ways to help yourself to be, more what's the word, more productive. That is the reason why the weekly accountability meeting is there, so that when you're having meetings with your friends and they see that you're struggling in this particular like maybe section of your goals, they'll be able to help you out and give you ideas on things you can do or processes you can take to make it easier for you to actually achieve those goals. Now that I've talked about the 12-week here, we've talked about setting your goals, how to set your goals. We're going to go into the proper 12-week year, rather proper weekly accountability meeting and all of that, which has to do with planning our week, planning our week and scoring our previous week. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with scoring our previous week like I always do. So my laptop is here. I have a Notion template that talks about, or rather that helps you with the 12-week year. I'm also going to leave a link to the Notion template in the description box so that in case you're interested in it, you can do it. So it's more like a weekly goals tracker, where it's the 12-week plan. So where do I do this? So currently we are on week 5. And I'm like, I can't believe that we're already on week 5. Like, the year is almost over. So if you're here faffing around thinking, oh, you still have time, you still have time to do anything you want to do, I'm telling you now, see, there is no time. Whatever it is you say you're going to do, whatever goals you want to achieve for yourself this year, you need to do it as you need to start as soon as possible, because if you think you have time, you do not have time. And I'm just here to tell you that. But yeah, well, I'm going to go through my goals, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the ones I achieved, the ones I did not achieve, and we're going to see about that. Let me see. What is happening? You guys, one sec. Okay, so yes, we're in book 5 now. The first goal in week 5 is to improve my relationship with God, like I said earlier, and the next is to one of the first tactic is to read my Bible each day, which I did every day. Praise and worship every day, which I did. So that's so good. The second is finish 0 to 1. Like I said, in week 4, what I had here as a goal was read 0 to 1 every day. But now, seeing as week 4, or rather week 5, was my last week in January, I changed the tactic to finish 0 to 1. That's the business book I was reading. So that is also done. Now the next is lose 5 kg, and one of the tactic is no processed sugar. I have to think about it. Did I take? Oh yes, I did take processed sugar, so that's out of it. Take at least 1,500 calories a day. That's one. I did that. Go on a walk every day. That one I did not do. Indoor cycle once a week. That I did. Go to the gym 5 times a week. That's, I would kind of say I kind of did, because even though I did not go to the gym 5 times a week, I went to the gym 3 times a week, and that's because the first 2 days of the week I was not feeling fine, so there was no way I could go to the gym. So I think this is like a pass mark. Now the next is get monetized on YouTube. Now for get monetized on YouTube, the first tactic here is go live on YouTube at least twice every day, which I did not complete because of these remaining days that I did not go live. Schedule 2 videos on YouTube, did not do that. Shoot at least 1 video, that I did, so that's good. Then the next one is drive in the UK, read for my charity test 5 times a week, that I did. Then the last one is saving more, do not buy unnecessary things, that I did. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to get my execution score for the week. What I'm going to do is I'm going to divide the number of completed tactics over the total number of tactics times 100, and I'm going to get my execution score. Take notes, if you get at least 85% every week, the chances that you're going to achieve your goal is really high. So let's see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 divided by 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 9 divided by 14 times 100. So let me do the calculation. 9 divided by 14 times 100. So that's 64%. Okay, not bad. So for this week, I got 64%, which is not bad, but compared to last week where I got 77.7, I think I should get better. So I'm aiming for week 6 to be at least 65, no, not 65, 85%, because I don't think I've gotten up to 80. The maximum and the best I've gotten is 77.7. So I think right now we're already in week 6 and we're halfway done, and I've not gotten 85. So I'm like, no, I can't do this. I have to actually do better. So yeah, let's plan week 6. So for the first goal, which is improve my relationship with God, is going to stay the same, which is read my Bible each day and praise and worship every day. That's going to stay the same. The next is read a business book. And the business book I'm going to be reading this week, or rather this month, for the month of February, is, I think, the Lean Startup. I just got the book today, so I'm just going to read the Lean Startup every day. Read at least one chapter of the Lean Startup every day. So that's the one for the business book. Then the second, or rather the third goal, which is to lose 5 kg, no processed sugar, that I think I can achieve. Take 1,500 calories every day, that I can do. Go on a walk every day, that I can do. Indoor cycle at least once a week, that I can do. Go to gym 5 times a week, that I can do. So yeah, we do it. The next one that I have here is get monetized on YouTube. So go on live on YouTube at least twice every day. That I can do. Schedule 2 videos on YouTube that I will try to do. At least I have actually done. I've scheduled 1 video today, so I'm very excited. You guys know how excited I am. Really excited for that. Then shoot at least 1 video today. At least 1 video this week. I'm going to try and do that today too, or rather this week, or rather. Then the next is drive in the UK, read for my theory test 5 times a week, that I can do. Then last is saving more, do not buy unnecessary things, that I can do. So we've successfully created our week 6 list. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is whenever I'm writing, or rather whenever I'm creating a daily list for myself, or a daily task list for myself, I need to use my weekly list to plan my day. I need to use my weekly list to plan my day. Take note, it's very important that you use your weekly list to plan your day. If not, what you will end up doing is that you're going to be doing things that are not strategic and are not focused on helping you achieve the goal you want to achieve. So take note of that. So I think that kind of brings us to the end of the weekly accountability meeting. And I'm just going to go over to the general chit chat. Normally, I'm supposed to do this video while I am doing my nighttime routine, but I don't think I'll be able to stop this video, start a new one, and do my nighttime routine. So I just decided I'm just going to do 2 in 1, because I need to talk to you guys about my day and how my day went. Because now that we're done with the serious part, I need to, bring out the unserious parts of this video. But yeah, hope you guys learned something out of everything I've just said today, because, it's really important that you take your year serious, and it's really important that you plan what you want and how you want your life to actually go. One of the reasons why I'm very, very vocal about planning for your life and setting goals and doing your best to achieve them is because I know how my last year went and how I really hated last year. I just hated it so much, and I was like, do you know what, this year I'm going to be very intentional. I'm not going to let the year pass me by. I'm not just going to be a bystander. I'm going to take active participation in my life. That's why I've just been so vocal about all this. But yeah, to be honest, everything is working out well. I'm thanking God, and I'm really thankful and grateful for where I am right now, the position I'm in right now, where my life is heading and how it is going, all the different ideas I have, either from the book or the way God is putting different ideas into my head. Like, I'm just thanking God. But yeah, that's by the way. Now that, like I said, now that we're done with that part, while I talk to you guys about my day and how my day was, I need to talk to you guys a little bit about this book. Is it this book? The first, let's say the first 10 chapters, I was just like, wow, what is going on here? What is going on here? You guys, they told me that a cut of Miss and Fury was really nice. Yeah, even though I enjoyed that book, I'm like, what the hell is this Aqua? Like, is that they're fighting or that talk? Like, it's just crazy. And I'm just like, wow. You guys, you need to watch my reaction to reading this book today. It was so good. Like, I was just like, no. Personally, I'm going to download this YouTube video and upload it on TikTok and put like a reaction video, because I was just like, what in the hell is going on here? Like I was speechless. And I was happy. Like, oh my god, I was so happy. I can't believe that it's a book that's making me this happy, to be honest. I can't actually believe that's a book that's making me this happy, but that makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, you guys, updates on today and with the things. Oh, okay. With the things I needed to do. Read my Bible, I did. Praise and worship, I've not done. Most likely do it very soon. The next thing was that I wrote that I wanted to look for a business book to buy today, and that I did. Like I said, I'm going to be going for the Lean Startup. That's the February read for that's the book of the month, the non-fiction book of the month, the Lean Startup, and the fiction book of the month for the month of February is Aqua and the Court of Frost and Starlights. So Aqua and Akosef. I don't know if I pronounce that, but yeah, those two books, most likely the book of February. Then after that, what were the different things I needed to do? I needed to upload the video on YouTube today, which I did, and I'm really happy and glad that I did it. This morning I woke up and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to edit this video. And I'm going to edit this video and I'm going to make sure that this video I'm going to schedule it today because it must go live on Thursday. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to go and start editing the video that I have to go on Sunday, because I realized that I've actually been faffing around a lot and I've been giving excuses, and that doesn't even make sense because that is not who I am. But then again, I need to kind of like create a new schedule and a new, like, kind of create a new schedule for myself, because the way I was last year, whenever I was, editing, recording videos, is different from how I am right now, because now I've gone into going live on YouTube twice a day. So going live on YouTube and recording videos, to be honest, is not easy. Like, it's not easy. And the only reason why I've even been able to get this far with my recording, or rather with my going live, is because I have done like this tunnel vision kind of thing. So previously, what I was doing was that I was doing a lot. I was doing everything at once. So I was trying to grow my YouTube, I was trying to grow my Instagram, I was trying to grow my TikTok, all at the same time. And you guys know that the videos for Instagram and TikTok is different from the video composition for, let's say, what's the word? It's different from the video composition of, let's say, TikTok or Instagram, because with YouTube is landscape, with TikTok is portrait. So how do I really want to film for all these things? And what I used to do is that I have my camera on one side, I have my phone on one side, I'm filming here, I'm filming here. I always want to run mad. Like, I always want to run mad because it's so crazy, it's so stressful. Then I said that, you know what, I think I want to focus on YouTube for at least the first quarter to try and monetize my channel first. Then I would then go back to like full time on Instagram and TikTok and all that. But that's not to say that I would not be putting out content on these platforms. I will put out content on these platforms, but my priority is going to be YouTube. I think I just remembered something, that one thing I want to also add to my go monetize on YouTube is that I want to upload at least, because I said I was going to do it this week, but I don't think I wrote it down. Upload at least 4 shorts. Another thing I found out was that shorts usually gets me a lot of followers, or rather a lot of subscribers, and it also gets me like engagement and all of that. So I want to try and upload at least 4 shorts. What that means is that I also have to like edit 4 shorts. And I feel that for short, I have to focus on videos that are going to create value, or videos that are very entertaining in terms of, let's say, in terms of maybe the transitions and all of that are really good or really catching or something. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I want to upload at least 4 shorts. I have some videos in mind that I plan on uploading, so let's see how it goes. Then I think the next thing I said I wanted to do today was go live on YouTube at least twice a day, which I already did today. This particular one is the second live session of the day, so that's really good. I said I was going to do it and now I did it, and literally all I want to do now is rest. I'm just glad I was able to do this video and complete this video, and now I want to go and rest for for the day, because as you can see, my eyes is kind of swollen. Well, not necessarily swollen, but yeah, you guys get the gist. But is there anything I want to say again? Is there anything I want to say? Oh yeah, you guys, I was going to say, yeah, I was watching. I want to give you guys some movie recommendations. Is it movie now or series? There's this particular series I watched. I think I talked about it last time. The name of the series is XO Kitty. Is on XO Kitty is on Netflix. So XO Kitty is one. I really don't know what's wrong with my throat. I feel like I'm coming under the weather again, but hopefully I'm not. I'm not even going to think about it. I have to be strong. I have to be strong. So, like I was saying, the first series I wanted to give you guys, like, what's the word, recommend, is Exo Kitty. Exo Kitty is on Netflix, and Exo Kitty is really nice. I think they just released the season 2 of Exo Kitty, so you guys should check it out. Check it out. It's really, really nice, and I like the fact that it is a Korean American movie, or rather series, a Korean American series. It just brings it. It blends everything together. It blends everything together really, really well. Now, another series that I want to recommend is, there's this one, The Night Agent. Night Agent, I think, is season 2 that just came out too. Night Agent is really good. I just started The Night Agent and I'm like, what? What? I'm like, oh my god. Like, it's so, so good. So yeah, if you're thinking of a series that you want to watch that is on Netflix, you should check out Night Agents Exo Kitty. Now there's this other one. I think it's called American Prime Vow. You guys, I shit you not. From the very first scene, first episode of that movie, all I did to the end of that movie, I was just shouting, ah, ah. But to be honest, yeah, in the ending, I actually cried. I cried for the movie. God, I always cry for nonsense. God, I cried for that movie at the ending. It was really, really emotional. But you know when things are happening in the movie and you're just like, you're not expecting that. All you're just doing is like, what? I saw it on. I think I saw the recommendation on Twitter, and person was like, I recommend this movie, but one thing you're going to do in this movie is that from the beginning of the movie, all you're going to do is you're going to be shouting. And my head was like, it can't be that bad. How will you just be shouting for movie? I watched it like this. I said, hey, this person did not tell me that it was going to be like this. I was like, what? I was shouting at everything, like, no. I was just shouting. It was really, really good. So, yeah, that's another one. Then I think one that I just finished recently was The White Lotus. Oh, you guys. If you're going to take anything from these recommendations I'm giving you guys, go and watch The White Lotus. The White Lotus is a series. There's season 1 and season 2. I think season 3 comes out and I think season 3 comes out ending of February or so, or maybe mid February or something. You guys need to watch it. I was like, wait, what? You know when you're watching a movie, yeah, or a series. In fact, they mostly do it with series. You know when you're watching a series, yeah, and they'll tell you what happened in the ending. Then they will not take you back to the beginning. But now with what happened in the ending, they'll just tell you that, oh, somebody has died, but you don't know who died. You don't know who died, and all you're doing throughout the movie is trying to guess who has died. But now, you know when all these movies are telling you, when these movies are telling you, oh, this person died, and but you in your head you're like, no, it can't be this person. Like, this is too. If this person is actually the person that died, it's too. What's the word I'm trying to remember? God, I'm trying to remember so many words. Oh God, I can't remember what I'm trying to say. Like, it's too obvious. Yeah, that's the word. It's so obvious that, like, if this particular person should die, it's so obvious. So you keep guessing and guessing and guessing and guessing, and next thing you're like, oh no, that person is the person that died. Like, how did this person die? Or maybe the person was supposed to, like, be alive, the person made one very silly mistake and person then died, and you're like, what is going on? Like, White Lotus is really, really good. It is really good. Like it will keep you on your toes. You keep on going back for more. You keep on guessing. You keep on guessing, trying to. I don't know. It's really good. Then I think the last movie. I think this one was a movie that I watched yesterday evening. Was Baby Girl. I think it was by Nicole Kidman and one other. Um, Nicole Kidman and Antonio Banderas, I think. But yeah, Baby Girl was really nice too. So yeah, those are the movie recommendations I have. I do not have book recommendations apart from Akuta series because that is the only thing that has taken over my life. I think once I'm done with this Akuta series, I'm not going to read any series. I'm not going to read any series for at least some time because I need to, I need to move away from series. How can I be watching series movies, enter series book again, and I'm like, God. But yeah, I mean, for book recommendations, I got a few recommendations this weekend. I've not gotten those books yet. I'll most likely maybe get the ebook or something. But yeah, let's see. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully, I can finish Akota series on time. The chances that I'm going to reread these books again is really high. I can see it. I can see myself rereading these books. But yeah, I've really had a nice time with you guys today. Thank you all so much for joining. I had an amazing time and I hope you guys learned something from this. And yeah, if you guys have book recommendations, series recommendations, let me know in the comment section because I need people to plug me onto series. I need people to plug me onto books. Books. Yeah? Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an amazing night and God bless you guys. Bye.